What we are going to do today is answer the question, can you predict the VGA scale? Or is it all just RNG nonsense, they're making up numbers as they go? I sent off 30 games to be graded by VGA last year. We've got NES games going all the way up to the Wii. I examined these games and I wrote down every single guess I had 1 year ago. We're gonna put the counters up, the ones that did better than I guessed, the ones where I got the actual grades right, and the ones that did lower. So we're gonna keep track as we go, and I'll try to put a little price estimate too if you're not familiar with the games that you're seeing. So the very first game we have here, we're gonna start off with NES. We're gonna start off with Milton Bradley NES. We have Cabal, looking for the VGA 75 on it, and the actual grade we got is... there we go, VGA 80 on this. Not too shabby at all. Hopefully that is a sign of things to come, that I was way too hard on my estimates and it's gonna be one great VGA order. Next up we have Digger T Rock, The Legend of the Lost City. And I actually got all of these Milton Bradley NES games from what I think was an old Milton Bradley employee. On eBay he had listed a bunch of factory sealed games, he had board games, he had some cards and other weird stuff that just didn't make sense for a normal person to have. I mean, maybe he was an avid Milton Bradley collector, but from what I could ascertain, it seemed like an ex-employee. I did reach out to see if he had any other games, but he didn't. But anyways, Digger T Rock, we are looking for an 85 plus on this one. Actually, a kind of rare NES game to find factory sealed. Actual grade is... yes! Yes, there we go. Our first 85 plus in the NES world. Very nice. If you know anything about grading NES games, 85 plus is frickin' mint. That is wonderful. Very excited about the Digger T Rock there. Next up is Marble Madness, a game that a lot of you will actually probably know if you know NES games. This is an oval seal, later print Marble Madness, but beggars can't really be choosers when it comes to NES, especially these days. Looking for the 80 grade on this one. Actual grade is... yo, this is crazy. Apparently I was so harsh on grading this time around. 85 on the Marble Madness. Wow. Next up is World Games on NES. I actually at one point in time was going for a full NES collection. That's why I'm familiar with a lot of these more random titles. But on World Games, I'm looking for the 75 plus. And by what's happening, this is almost guaranteed to be at least an 80. Actual grade is... yep, there we go. Got the 80 plus on World Games. It looks like I was hard on most of these NES games so far by at least 2 grades. That's nuts. And the last Milton Bradley NES game we have here is Abadox. We're looking for the 75 plus, but again, it's probably going to be an 80 or an 80 plus. The actual grade is... yep, there we go. Got the 80 plus on that. That is awesome. I'm super happy with how every single one of these NES games turned out. And thus far, I was way too tough on my grading, which is not usually what happens. Also, I meant to tell you guys, 2 games got rejected this time from VGA. Both copies of Otogi 2 on the original Xbox. So you get this nice little refusal report that says they didn't grade the game. And yeah, here are the 2 games in question. They both have their little security seals there, so I'm not really sure why they got rejected. I will be going over that more closely in another video, so if you want to check that out, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Also, hit the like button. That helps out the channel. Also, thanks to all the Patreons who support the channel. That also helps. But anyways, let's get into the next stack of games here, and I'm super excited for this because right here is Pokemon Yellow and right here is Pokemon Silver. Fingers crossed for the grades on those ones. Starting off with a bit of a weird one, we have one single Game Gear game in this order, Bram Stoker's Dracula. We're looking for an 85 plus, which is really the only reason I sent it off. The actual grade on Dracula is... 85, dang, missed the 85 plus on Dracula. For a lot of the games I sent off, they're either going to be 85 or 85 plus. It just depends how VGA felt about it. So this one, I guess this one was an 85. The next one up is an absolute childhood favorite. This might be the game that I am most excited for out of every single game I submitted. This one right here, Digimon Digital Card Battle on the PlayStation 1. I hope some of you guys out there have played this game and can share my excitement for it. I'm looking for the 85 plus. This one is going directly into my personal collection. The actual grade on Digimon is... yes! Yes, on Digimon, yes! Oh, I love to see it. Got the 85 plus on Digimon Digital Card Battle. The 2 card games I grew up playing were this game right here and Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories. I did prefer playing this one, even though the actual Digimon card game kind of died immediately. So this was the best way to play Digimon cards. Which brings us to another Digimon game. This one is also going right into the personal collection. I remember renting this one when I was young and absolutely loving it. Digimon Rumble Arena, PlayStation 1. Look looking for the VGA 80 plus on this one. I believe there was a small rip somewhere on this side or this side. I figure it's gonna hurt the grade a decent amount. The actual grade on the Digimon Rumble Arena is... No way! No way! We got an 85 plus too. It really was a small rip somewhere on the side of the game, but like historically, they have really beaten you up over small rips. Very surprised to see I still got the 85 plus on this. Again, this is just going right into the personal collection. That is so awesome. I don't want to say VGA is getting softer yet. We still have a lot of games to go, but so far it's looking like I might be grading too tough, and maybe VGA has lightened up a bit on their grading. We have to keep seeing here. Donkey Kong Country on Game Boy Color. No, it's not the Super Nintendo version, but this is a pretty good consolation prize if you ask me. Actually looking for an 85 plus as well on Donkey Kong Country, and the actual grade is... Yes! Yes, let's go! Donkey Kong Country. 85 plus, absolutely beautiful game there. When I guess an 85 plus, I'm actually hitting on some of them, and that is so nice. So next we have Dragon Warrior Monsters Tara's Adventure. I actually did send off 2 of these. I ended up with 2 because the first one I bought wasn't in good enough condition, so I tried to upgrade. So one of these I'm thinking is an 80. The other one I'm thinking is an 85 plus. Let's just go ahead and show the one on the left first. We have... 85 plus on this one. No way. That means this one must be an 80 plus, 85? No way. I'm going to be completely honest on this one. This doesn't make sense. One of these games is not as nice as the other. I can confidently say that. I might have to take out my phone in order for you guys to see it, but it's on the back top right here. There is a little gash in the game. I personally still don't feel like it should 85 plus with that kind of gash in it, but this is more evidence though that maybe VGA is being a bit lighter with its grades. Which brings us to Turok Rage Wars on Game Boy Color. And if you're like, oh, why did he send some of these off for grading? I sent these off for grading back when it was $29 US per game to get them graded. At that kind of cost per game, the only question is, why would I not get them graded? But anyways, Turok Rage Wars, we're looking for an 85 plus on this one as well. The actual grade is... beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. At this point, I've basically come to expect that my 85 plus guesses probably are correct. And when I'm not guessing an 85 plus, it still might be an 85 plus. Absolutely. So this Turok Rage Wars was an 85 plus. Which does bring us to Sonic Advance 2. Very cool game. Kind of difficult to find on Game Boy Advance, actually. Looking for the VGA 85 on the Sonic Advance. I'm honestly just going to go ahead and assume it's an 85 plus. So, fingers crossed. Yep, there we go. So at this point in time now, right, I can see the tendency, I can see the pattern with the grading. And yeah, that's honestly incredible. That is so nice to see. Absolutely beautiful Sonic Advance 2. Which brings us to an absolute monster of this submission. A pocket monster, if you will. Pokemon Yellow. No ESRB variant there on the front. Looking for a VGA 85 on this one. If the pattern holds true, then this should be an 85 plus, and oh my god, am I excited. The actual grade on the Pokemon Yellow is... ah, no! Every other one was getting that slight bump up, but the Yellow did get the 85. And I think it's because there is a crease on it right here, running from the front of the box, so I didn't think it was going to be an 85 plus. Still absolutely thrilled to be adding Pokemon Yellow in VGA 85 to the personal collection. So hopefully here on Pokemon Silver, we can actually get some VGA Gold. The guess on this one is a VGA 85, again, hoping for the 85 plus. The actual grade on Pokemon Silver is... ah, no way! It's like with the Pokemon games, they actually looked at them very closely, but then with some of those other lower value games, they were just like, whatever, get them out of our sight. But with the Pokemon games, they actually looked at them closely and were like, yeah, no, that's an 85, sorry, sir. And that is what I guessed, so I'm not actually like upset about it, right? That is literally what I expected it to grade. You can see that the side creases inwards. There you go, you can see it really good in this angle right there. So like, no, I'm not surprised that it got an 85. It is is the proper grade this game should have gotten, but of course, I am disappointed it isn't a gold because I'm greedy. Absolutely thrilled with how these ones turned out. Next pile of games loaded up here. We got some PS2, original Xbox, N64, and Super Nintendo. Let's get into this. Starting off with Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 1 for the PS2. My guess on this one was an 85, and this again is just going straight into my personal DBZ collection. I'll show you guys my DBZ collection soon. It has almost every game before the 360 games, all in VGA gold condition. Tenkaichi was one of the few that I was missing. The actual grade on Tenkaichi is... Yes! 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 That is so nice. It's crazy. It's like when you're searching for some of these personal collection games, it's not even that Budokai Tenkaichi is that expensive of a game. So few people grade these DBZ games. It's not like there's a ton of them just floating around out there. It's such a relief to finally have the gold grade one for the collection. This is the type of stuff that gets me going. This is another one actually that I'm super excited about. This is Otogi, I don't really know how to say it, of Myths and Demons. It's a From Software game on the original Xbox. Looking for a VGA 85 plus on this one. Please just be an 85 plus. The actual grade is... Yes! Ooh, okay, good. Good. Thank you. I don't think a lot of people owned those ones growing up. Let me know in the comment section if you've ever played Otogi. All right, this one right here might just be the most expensive one in the entire submission. This is a first print, made in Japan copy of Donkey Kong Country on Super Nintendo with the kids to adult rating on the back above the UPC code. I'll show you that in just a second here. I don't want to accidentally see the grade. So we're looking for a VGA 80 on this game, 80. The actual grade on Donkey Kong Country is... Oh. It's an 80 plus. It was an 80 plus. It is an 80 plus. Oh my god. That is actually so funny that I throw Donkey Kong Country across the table. You know, people always talk about grading games and why would you do that? And it's good protection for the games. It's really good protection. I genuinely don't care about dropping this or doing what I just did. It's protected inside of like 2 inches of acrylic. It's fine. And what I was talking about on the back of the game is right here. You have the little kids to adult thing above the UPC. There's also copies that do not have that right there. And then there's also made in Mexico copies. So there's 3 distinct prints of Donkey Kong Country on Super Nintendo before you get the player's choice. What better way to follow up Donkey Kong Country than with Donkey Kong Country 2? I promise I will not drop this one. I have a tight grip on it down here. This is again a made in Japan copy of the game, which VGA just didn't feel like putting on the label, I guess. That annoys me to no end. We're looking for the 80 plus here. The actual grade on Donkey Kong Country 2 is... Same grade, there you go. So I thought this one was a bit better condition. They thought they were in the same condition. But I did get the grade on this one correct. So I mean, I really can't complain, right? I'm always looking for it to be a better grade than I estimate. But if I guess an 80 plus, like... then it was an 80 plus. There's really no complaining that I can do. Which moves us to International Superstar Soccer 2000 N64 English version. Again, VGA just did not put that on the label. Again, that really annoys me because it's a big difference. On the back of the box, there's English instead of Spanish. This is easily, in my opinion, a top 10 rarity for the N64, and it is actually the first time I have ever resubmitted a game for grading. When I bought this off of eBay, the case had a major crack in it, so I was either gonna have to pay for the recasing or I could just have it graded again. So it was a VGA 85, and after I examined it, I couldn't understand why it was only an 85. I figured my odds of getting an 85 plus were pretty good, and there was no way I was gonna fall below 85. So I decided to get it regraded. So ISS 2000 here, it was an 85. We're looking for an 85 plus on it, and the actual grade on this is... Oh, I'm nervous for this one. Come on. Oh, yes. Yes, that's crazy. So there you go. An 85 plus on International Superstar Soccer with the English back of it. The person who got this graded first, in my opinion, got an unfair grade, and this is the more accurate one. But of course I'm going to say that, so I mean... take it for what it is, right? But yeah, I'm absolutely ecstatic to pull off an 85 plus on this game. Insane. Very cool. Which brings us into the last stack of games here, which is actually going to end with Metroid Prime on the Nintendo GameCube. But let's start off with Pandora's Tower on the Wii. This copy of this game I actually bought on release day, back when it came out, like 8 years ago now. So I'm really hoping I kept this in mint condition since then. This is the only game in the entire submission that I guessed a VGA 90. Actual grade on Pandora's Tower is... oh, 85 plus, darn. That is one thing that I will say, like throughout this submission, the VGA 90 and above tier is very, very difficult to get. It's always been very hard, and it still is very hard. So they're very consistent with that. Next up, we have Extreme Sports on Game Boy Color. Pretty uncommon game to find. I just sent it in again because it was $30 to get graded, so I figured, why not? Looking for a VGA 80 on this one, and the actual grade is... oh, 85. Very nice, very nice. I'll gladly take that. Very cool on that one. Next up, we have Earthworm Jim on Game Boy Advance. For whatever reason, Earthworm Jim was ported to like every console back then. So I'm thinking this one is a VGA 85. The actual grade on Jim is... yeah, there we go. Got it perfect on the Earthworm Jim. It feels like it's been a while since I got the grade perfectly right. Next up, we have Shining Force, Resurrection of the Dark Dragon on Game Boy Advance. This is like an upgraded version of the original Shining Force for Sega Genesis. Looking for VGA 80 plus on this one. And the actual grade is... 85. Very nice. So many of these games, I got that slight little bump upwards. Gladly take that. Next up is Sonic Advance 3. If you guys remember, we had Sonic Advance 2 earlier and it got an 85 plus. Really hoping this one gets an 85 plus as well, but my actual guess is only 85. So Sonic Advance 3, the actual grade is... 85 on this one. So got an 85 plus on the other one, 85 on Sonic Advance 3. That's awesome to have Sonic Advance 2 and 3. Now I just need to track down a nice condition Sonic Advance 1. And this game here, the next one up, is not Sonic Advance 1. This is Sonic the Hedgehog Genesis on GBA. So this is completely different than Sonic Advance. This is just the Genesis version ported onto the GBA, basically. Looking for an 80 grade on this one. The actual grade is... 85. Wow, okay, not bad at all. It's interesting that so many times this submission I have been wrong by 2 grades. Like I was too tough on the game by 2 grades. It makes me wonder if they've started going lighter on certain kinds of wear, and maybe that's why sometimes I'm too harsh, but other times I'm completely accurate. I will do a full breakdown and give my full thoughts on this submission, so if that's something you want to see, make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss it. And this brings us down to the final 2 games of the submission, Mr. Driller and Metroid Prime. So let's just go ahead and start with Mr. Driller on Game Boy Color. Actually, one of the more expensive Game Boy Color games, even just as a cartridge. Kind of surprising. Looking for the VGA 85 on Mr. Driller. The actual grade is... yes, that's big. That's a big one to get the 85 plus on. That's huge. I don't know now. I might have to keep it now that it got an 85 plus. Wow, that's really cool. Really cool. And the very last game here of the submission, Metroid Prime, Nintendo GameCube. I actually did guess a VGA 90 on this one too. This Metroid Prime was freaking beautiful in my opinion. Oh, I'm really hoping that this ends with a bang. The actual grade on Metroid Prime is... let me just make sure I have a tight grip on it here at the bottom. Really? An 85 on the Metroid Prime. Why? Just wait. There's something on it? I don't know if you guys will be able to see in the camera here. Right there, that little white thing. I promise that that piece of white right there was not on the game. I cleaned off every single game before submission. But I'm not sure if that is what detracted from the grade. I think I might just crack this open and see, because that white thing has to be removed no matter what. It's so crazy to me because I got boosted on so many games, and then one of the only games where I'm like, yeah, man, that's a 90. I get an 85. So I think I am actually going to crack this open, and maybe we'll submit it over to WADA or even CGC once they open and see what they grade it as. But still, it is an 85. Like, I know I'm complaining, but there's really not much to complain about. This is a beautiful game. This is an expensive collectible game. Like, I'm super happy with it. I just do want to know what the hell happened. Hopefully you enjoyed this unboxing. Like I said, I'll give my full breakdown, my full thoughts in another video. This one was just to enjoy the games and look at the grades. Make sure to hit the like button if you like this content. Make sure to subscribe if you want to see more of it, and I'll see you guys in the next video.